So welcome to Functional Strength 2. We're going to do a quick overview of the exercises. So the first one is the propulsions, and this time instead of holding it just above the knee, we're going to hold it a little bit lower above around mid-shin. So really focusing on activating your core and your glutes and really focusing on here as you jump up in the air. So find that position, mid-shin, and jump. And hold that position as you come back down. Okay, next one is your overhead squats. So really focusing on your knee over your toes, making sure you're not pronating in. So you can do a deadlift to start to get into the position that you want and really activating your glutes and your core. Be just a bit more than shoulder width apart, and you're just squatting down, really focusing on squeezing the glutes as you come back up. Nice slow tempo. Next we've got our Swiss ball rollouts. So we're going to lie down and again activating the core and your glutes. We're going to do a nice slow tempo, so 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. As you progress with this, then you can do it one-legged, which will really work the hamstrings a lot more. Next one is our side start excursion. So you can do this with a Swiss ball just for some extra resistance. So we're going to focus on balancing on one foot by activating our glutes. And so again, try to get that knee over the toes. If you don't, then you're going to be not balancing very well. So you can come out to the side, out in front, out to the side. So it's a really good balancing exercise. That's why I like to do it with bare feet. So it really just gives the extra strain. To start off, you might want to do it without any weight, and after a few weeks of doing that, you'll feel comfortable to add a small weight. The Spider-Man push-ups. So again, if you've had a baby, this might not be appropriate unless you've done a lot of work activating your TVA. So depending on your strength, either this position, or if you're not that strong, then the knees. And the only difference here is we're going to keep our elbows near our sides as we go down. Keep a nice slow tempo, so maybe 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. And then the windmills, you would have overloaded your pecs. So simply the windmills are just a nice stretching exercise for what we've just worked. Right, now some core exercises. So we've got the bird dog square. So we're in the all fours position again, making sure we're not all hunched up, making sure you've got that back kind of an arch in there. You're going to put opposites out, and then you're going to make a square with your hand in one direction 5 times like that, and then 5 times back in the other direction. Really activating your core as you're doing this. And then same with your foot, drawing squares in one direction and then in the other direction. If you're not got your core on, you're going to be wobbling all over the place. So you want to keep nice and still as you're doing this, and then you're going to switch and do the other 2. Then we've got the same kind of exercise, but it's elbow to knee. So again, making sure that you're not all hunched. You've got a nice kind of arch in your back. Then we're going to bring opposites out, and then we're going to bring our elbow towards our knee. Again, keeping the glutes activated and the core activated so that you're nice and stable. And then we do the other side as well. Okay, next we've got the Romanian deadlifts. So again, with the barbell. So again, same thing, we're focusing on our core, we're focusing on our knees over our toes. So down in this position, and we're just going to come up to standing, squeeze, and back down, look ahead, straight ahead. And also focus a little bit on your shoulders, that they're not hunched forward. So when you come up, come right up to a nice standing position. Squeeze your lats so that we get that nice upright posture. Then we've got one of the best ones there is for triathletes, single leg squats. So you can start off with a lighter weight and build yourself up. So we really need to focus on our glutes. If your glutes aren't activated, then you'll get this wobble and you won't have your knee over your toes. So again, bare feet really makes you really work that much harder on activating the glutes. So it doesn't need to be fast. The nice slow is actually works you a lot harder. So one side, and then you're going to focus on the next side. Okay. Then we're going to do some work on our arms. So band pull aparts. You just get in a resistance band and you can get different strengths. We're going to start in this position and we're simply going to pull out. Like that, nice and slowly. And then the seated row, which we did last time. Again, if you're in the gym, then you can use the seated row. Otherwise, I just use a band and really focus on squeezing the lats. You don't want this horrible forward posture. You want to make sure you're nice and shoulders back and squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the lats as you pull. Alright. Okay, two more. The Russian twist. So another core exercise. So you're going to be in this position here, really activating your core, and we're simply going to go side to side. The stronger you are, the further you can sort of lean down. If you're not so strong, then you're going to be more upright. And then shoulder rolling is, we're going to focus on, I like to think of it as you're sort of paralysed and the legs down, and we're going to lead with our shoulders. I'm going to lift one of my arms up so that I can roll to my front, and this is going to follow, but I'm trying not to use my legs to help. So my core has to do the work, and then I can go the other way as well. This is an exercise which over a few weeks will become more natural. At first it might be quite hard to put together. And that's it.